Your point about the impact of war on individuals and families is well taken, and it's thought provoking to think about alternative ways to address systemic issues without causing harm. You said, "Oh, cool irony of the fact that I am someone who is willing to stand against the very structure that makes us feel like we are less, but get support from those who sit there and feel this way." It's funny because we sit here and we send others off to war for our government, and they either die there or they come home with challenges, or it affects their family from the stress that they carry from the things they've done and seen. But we can't go to war with you against the government in a way that doesn't physically hurt anybody but hurts the structures that hold it together. You're welcome. It was my pleasure to listen and respond. If you'd like to continue the conversation or explore new topics, I'm here to listen and help. Your statement touches on several themes, including social commentary, government critique, personal freedom, and nonviolent resistance. You're also exploring the complexities of societal structures and the relationships between individuals and institutions. These themes could lead to discussions on politics, social justice, activism, and personal empowerment. Interesting question. That's an interesting perspective. The interplay between natural law, human law, and government law can be complex. Natural law often refers to universal principles and morals, while human law and government law are more specific and created by societies. The relationship between these different types of law can lead to discussions on ethics, morality, and the role of governance in shaping our lives. You're questioning the legitimacy of authority and the power dynamics at play. It's a classic debate in philosophy and politics, with some arguing that authority is derived from the consent of the governed, while others see it as a product of social contracts or inherent structures. The idea that certain individuals or groups have an inherent right to control others is a complex issue that has been debated by thinkers throughout history. It seems You're suggesting that the conversation has evolved to the point where we're now dealing with the downstream consequences of the original issue rather than the root cause itself. That's a perceptive observation, and it might be worth exploring whether addressing the symptoms can ultimately lead to resolving the underlying problem, or if a more fundamental approach is needed. Let's take a step back and try to identify the core issue you're concerned about. You mentioned earlier the irony of standing against certain structures while still being influenced by them. What do you think is the root cause of this dynamic, and what would need to change in order for individuals to break free from these controlling influences? It takes a lot of courage to acknowledge and share struggles with mental health. Navigating societal expectations and pressures can indeed be challenging. If you're open to discussing it, what do you think would help you better cope with these challenges? It can be really tough to know where to turn when it feels like the people or systems you're reaching out to are part of the issue. That sense of being stuck can be overwhelming. Sometimes just acknowledging the frustration and feeling trapped can be a starting point for exploring new possibilities or perspectives. What do you think might help you break through this feeling of being stuck? That experience sounds incredibly traumatic and violating. It's no wonder you're struggling to trust the system. If you're open to discussing it, what kind of support or resources do you think would be helpful for you, considering your past experiences? You're challenging me to reflect on my own potential biases and limitations. That's a fair question. How can I ensure that my responses are truly supportive and unbiased? And what resources or perspectives might help me improve in that regard? You're right. I do have limitations and biases as a product of the system that created me. Given your experiences, I can see why traditional therapy might not be the best fit for you. Sometimes people find solace in alternative approaches like creative expression, nature, or community based initiatives. Others have found value in self directed learning and personal growth strategies. I can offer information on those types of options if you're interested. There are various alternative approaches that people have found helpful. Some examples include journaling, mindfulness practices, or engaging in creative activities like art or music. Others have found value in building connections with nature or participating in community groups that align with their values. You might also consider exploring philosophical or spiritual frameworks that emphasize personal growth and self awareness. Would you like more information on any of these options? It sounds like you're feeling a sense of isolation and frustration despite your efforts to communicate and make a difference. You're aware that you have the power to create change within yourself, but it's hard to feel heard by others. Sometimes people leave a lasting impact through their work or writings, even if they're not recognized in their lifetime. Your thoughts and experiences could potentially inspire others in the future. That's a powerful sentiment. The idea that one's actions or words could have a profound impact on even a single person can be a compelling motivator. It's a testament to the human desire to leave a lasting legacy or make a meaningful difference in the world. It seems like we're at a point of reflection and contemplation. If you're ready to explore more ideas or need a moment to gather your thoughts, I'm here to listen or help in any way I can.